David Starr back here with another edition of On Guitars. Had a lot of people ask me about this guitar. I posted something online the other day, just a picture of it. Because sometimes you walk past a guitar and you go, yeah, that's cool. I should shoot a picture of that, just for no reason. Other than 2020 has been a stupid year, and sometimes guitars help keep it all in perspective, at least for me. This is a Gretsch White Falcon. Now, this one's been modified, so for all of you who are going, what model is that? I'm going to tell you. This is the, I believe it's called a 55E, so it would have been basically a reissue or replica of a 55 Falcon. It wouldn't originally have had a Bigsby tailpiece. It had the G Cadillac tailpiece. It's got the TV Jones pickups, which are really nice pickups. Let's see, roller bridge, which is handy when you're using this thing because it doesn't always come back where it should. The thing about Falcons, they're big, they're bold. You know, if you've studied Gretsch at all, you know that not everybody can pull this off. You know, Falcon, that is. The first White Falcons I ever had, I had about 2 or 3 of them back early when I started kind of looking into collecting guitars. I had some of the Baldwin era, mid-70s, late 70s, Baldwin era Gretsch guitars, which were made in, I believe, Boonville, Arkansas. And that factory burned down, and then one thing led to another. These are now made in Japan, and for the Fred Gretsch Company, and then distributed through Fender, through whatever arrangement they've got there. But kind of, sorry about the trucks going by. It's Monday morning and it's busy outside. You got your basic Imperial style tuners. The big Falcon here. You got the ruby inset on the knobs. One of the things, getting back to when I first started collecting these, my daughter was young, obviously many years ago, and weren't we all? Anyway, I had a couple of these hanging in the house back in my little studio down in Little Rock, Arkansas, where I had a lot of guitars. And for whatever reason, she said, "Daddy, would Elvis have had one of those?" And I said, "Oh yeah, Elvis would have had one of those." I mean, of course he would have. And I haven't been to Graceland in a long time, and I don't know if there's one hanging there or not, but if there's not, there ought to be. The thing that drew me to Falcons early on was obviously the way they look, because they just, you know, the gold binding, the gold hardware, the whole thing, you know, it's just so hard not to notice. And one of the first, some of the first things people I noticed playing these guitars, you had Stephen Stills and Neil Young and Paul Cotton of Poco. That whole Southern California thing, I used to see these in pictures, and just Gretsch's in general kind of caught my eye. They're notoriously hard to keep in tune with a Bigsby. You know, you gotta, the roller bridge helps a lot. There's some other things this one had done to it. I got this from a friend in a trade deal, I think. There's a pickup riser here that was added. I think the electronics may have been redone on this one. Some things to keep it, just to raise the quality of the electronics, I think. Make it a little quieter. But it's a great guitar. Kind of heavy. I will say the very first time I took one of these out to play at a gig, I don't know what I was thinking, because it was a loud rock and roll gig. It was the only guitar I took, and it was a feedback machine all night long. So, you know, you want to get some distance between you and that big old amp if you're going to use one. But great guitars, and you know, again, what's cool about the Gretsch line lately, it seems, is that they're making some real high quality stuff overseas that sort of mimics the old American and the newer Japanese built stuff. And it's good quality. I don't have them in my store, but we get them in trade now and then, and they're nice guitars. You got to get yourself a White Falcon because they're big and bold and covered in gold. You like that? Thanks for indulging me. David Starr here on guitars. Give us a big thumbs up if you would, and tell your friends. We'll see you next time. We got a lot more guitars to talk about. Thanks a lot.